Hello everyone. So real super quick, I'm going to do a video on grindelia. So grindelia, I always call it Curlycup Gumweed because that's his common name and I think it's cute. Grindelia sounds like chocolate. It ain't chocolate. It's nasty. It's kind of nasty. It's kind of depends on your preferences, I guess. But this tastes and smells like the strongest aromatic pine sap or something that you've ever smelled. So this I harvested in Idaho, Montana, and Wyoming when I was just there this week, and I flew it home on the plane, no problem. There's not a problem taking things on planes. They even let you bring live plants. This one even still has the roots on them, and that wasn't because I planned on replanting them here. That's just because I was in a hot little hurry on my way to the airport when I got this batch here. So this grows in the worst areas that you could possibly want to put a plant. So it does grow in Tennessee, but I only ever saw it in Middle Tennessee, growing up through the concrete where like truckers go pee, and so I wasn't gonna do that, obviously. But previously to that, I saw it on Cheyenne Mountain for the first time in Colorado, close to just that first range right there. That's where I saw it all over the place. So it is more of a western plant, but it does grow here in Tennessee as well. But you have to look for it in wastelands, in cracky, dry, gravelly parking lots and pull-offs and roadsides. And you have to find an area that's like that, that's safe to harvest. So obviously you don't want to get it from a truck stop or a really populated parking lot, but that is where you're going to see them, like along alleyways and like hot, dry areas in between buildings. I saw them a lot, like right in front of the parking areas in front of shops and things like that. So these I had to get. These were right outside of the Yellowstone area. And they were all over in Yellowstone, but you don't pick things out of national parks. So this was just in like they do have like a lot of BLM land out there, Bureau of Land Management, and it's public. You can pick on those, you can harvest on those. But this is not an endangered species. This is not a highly prized herb to most people. It is to me. So I think it's really interesting that it grows in the worst, nastiest, congested areas, because that's what it's good for. Isn't that cool? So that's called the doctrine of signatures, when a plant either grows in an area that reminds you or tells you what it's good for, or it looks like what it's good for. So in this case, to me, where it grows. So this is the whole plant from root to flower, and unfortunately I missed the opportunity to show you one of its cool little features. But when it has a flower that's budded up, like hasn't quite bloomed like this one, it will have a little pull inside of it, and it looks like someone just grabbed the flower and filled it up with Elmer's glue. It's just white, latexy sap. And even still, if I were to go like this, like look how sticky that is. Very, very, very sticky. Like, and then your hands turn into a hot mess, and you have to use like acetone to take off this resin. So because it's such a highly resinous plant, you really need to use Everclear to tincture this. And I don't prefer a tea. You can simmer a tea, but you're going to be losing a lot of that latexy resinous quality just with the water extraction. You really kind of need the high potency alcohol to act as a solvent on the resin of this plant. So again, it's really good for extremely thick, nasty, stuck mucus, coughs where you're hacking and you know you're really congested but nothing's coming up. My daughter had really bad pneumonia last year. For 13 days she was in the hospital. She had mono a month before that, and so I think this is why she got so bad. But if you started off with some really nasty thick congestion, even during COVID we were giving this stuff out like crazy. Just loosening up, anything thick, aromatic, and resinous like this has that action. So to add it with something like mullein, that's a demulcent and an expectorant, so it thins the mucus and helps it come up, but this helps just strip mucus off of mucous membranes where they shouldn't be, whether it's up in your head and it's thick and it's giving you a really bad sinus, congestion, headache, pressure, all those things, or whether it's in your lungs. It's very good for getting those things up and out. It is also good for topical use. You could infuse this into an oil and put it in a salve, or even use the tincture on you, and it's really a good antiseptic, antibacterial, keeping infection at bay. So of course it does the same things internally. It's just one of my favorite plants, and I'm not graced with its presence here where I live, so I was really excited to see this everywhere out west, and it was everywhere, but I did have to find an appropriate place to harvest it. So if you are anywhere where this grows, you'll know it, because like I said, you'll see little Elmer's glue pockets and pools in these little budded areas. It's very sticky. They call it Curlycup. Where's the camera on this one? See the little curls on it? The little hooks on the bud. So I think that's why they call it Curlycup Gumweed, and the gumweed because it's very sticky. So, oh, we're on a bear hunt. There's literally a bear right here. Hi, bear. We have the ugliest bear on planet Earth. It's half bald. He's not cute, and the hair that he does have is like long and shaggy. It's not adorable. Alright, so anyways, maybe that's a good sign. Bears equal medicine in native culture. Talking about medicine. So, that's Curlycup Gumweed, or grindelia, and I will have this in my Etsy shop that's back up. I do have some already tinctured. I'm on my very last bit, but now I'll have plenty. So I've got. Oh, y'all want to see the bear? Show you the bear. Hi, bear. Told you he's not cute. Where'd he go? Oh, where'd he go?